We apply a lot of our strategies to the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. We use the micro futures on a lot of our accounts. And people have asked, does this work well on stocks and ETFs? The answer is, of course, yes. I mean, the ETF QQQ is the NASDAQ 100 ETF. In fact, it is the ETF I have on the screen right now that shows the back test going all the way back to the year 2000. This is a 24-year back test. And what you can see is the green line here is the this line right here. This is the strategy. Okay, and you can see kind of the sawtoothing here, these little drawdowns there, another drawdown. Now here is the buy and hold. The buy and hold is in blue. This is actually this is the year 2000, then the dot-com, the bust, and it went down 85% right there. And it took until about 2012 before it actually broke even. Okay, so if you would have bought and held the NASDAQ 100, just the whole index, you would have been underwater for 12 years. But there are, like this strategy, the same strategy that we were applying to the S&P 500, is working on. Of course, this is a 15-minute time chart that we use it, but this is the back test. This is the Tradingview back test. And you can just see the difference. And of course, it's the drawdowns. Now, the drawdowns are much less. It's only a 14% drawdown right here. 14% of the strategy. Okay, so the strategy over the 24 years is only at a 14% drawdown. And it has about 1,270, almost 1,300% return. And that is taking into account some commissions in there as well that we put into the backtest settings. People have asked, does this work on stocks? And the answer is yes. And it works for a lot of the stocks that we're all, a lot of them that we're familiar with. I mean, here's Square. Here's Square. If you would have, I'll go through a couple of these here. Here's the SPY. Let's go back. Okay, you can see that blue line is the buy and hold. They had big drawdowns. This is the Great Recession in 2008 and 9. The buy and hold had those, so 54% here, about 50% here drawdowns if you were buying and hold. But this strategy has only had about 12.5 to 13% return drawdowns. So here is the semiconductor. This is a triple leverage semiconductor. The SOXL SOXL. Look at the return on this. It has a drawdown of 40%. But if you would have held the ETF, this triple leverage ETF, it would have had like a drawdown of like 80%. So this protected us there. Let's look at Tesla. Here's Tesla. Tesla's the buy and hold is the blue. Of course, the green is the strategy. The strategy has had about a 36% drawdown. Look at the 6,000% on the strategy. But of course, the buy and hold did really well as well. But the strategy did even better. It only had a 40% drawdown. I'm sorry, that's about 30. I'm trying to see there on the screen, about 27% drawdown. Not bad. NVIDIA is crazy, right? Everyone's talking about NVIDIA right now with their chips and the AI. So right now, the buy and hold and the strategy have done really well. What's nice about the strategy, it did keep the max drawdown at 44%, but NVIDIA is just a beast right now. If you would have done the buy and hold, you would have seen drawdowns of more like 70%. Amazon, look at this. Even here recently, about 2022, we've seen if the buy and hold is right where the blue line is the buy and hold, it's right where it was. Look at this. Went down and then up. So over the last couple of years, you would have been even. But the strategy continued to make great returns. ARK Invest. This is Kathy Wood's ETF. ARK did great until the early 2022. I think it was December of 2021 where it peaked. And this is where that peak is right there. And right at this point. And then it kind of flattened out. Everyone thought it was going to rally again, and then interest rates increased, and then it just dove down this cliff and was really at a low level for a long time. This is the ARK Invest. The thing about ARK is that it does have good stocks in it, and whether you like Cathie Wood's style or not, it's volatile and has a lot of potential growth. Well, this strategy actually does really well with growth stocks, and here's what the strategy did, which is fantastic. I mean, these little drawdowns, are not that bad, and overall, the strategy has gone up. Very, very happy about that. So this is how the strategy really has performed on stocks themselves. It works well, which also shows us and my brothers that we have a strategy that isn't just fitting or overfitted to one stock, one time frame. Some of these are like, this is a 30-minute time frame, still works. Amazon, let's go to that one real quick. 15-minute. The settings, the same strategy, is basically the same overall strategy. Settings are a little bit different in our Tradingview, but for the most part, we've just continually find success. Now, this does not work well on short time frames like the seconds, the minutes, or like with a 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute. We see that the success, and this is pretty common for algorithms, they work well, especially if you're just looking at, this is not a sophisticated algorithm where it day trades a lot. This is a swing trading algorithm, and it works well between that 15-minute and 1 hour. Most of ours are about 15-minute to 1 hour. And it just works so well on different holdings. But again, our key, I think the key, I think where most of the money is to be made in this strategy is going to be in the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. Really like the NASDAQ because of its long, consistent history of making earnings, but the S&P 500 also very good. And what we do is we trade the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ in the futures market. So we use the ETFs to backtest. We always trade. Our strategy always trades during the actual market hours, the regular market hours, not post or after hour markets. So we use our charts on the SPY and the QQQ primarily to trigger the micro futures trades. If you have questions on that, be sure to let us know. Look in the description for more information on what products we're offering as strategy and how to backtest. We're going to give you access to our strategy when you can apply your alerts, auto trade it, however you'd like. Okay, everyone, have a great day. We're going to be back with more updates. Be sure to subscribe and comment.